Hello, everyone. I'm looking forward to meeting you all in person in just a couple of weeks. But in the meantime, we're going to take some time online in order to get to know each other and kind of get the ball rolling here. I'm your admin 691 instructor. I'm Jackie McNitt Ingalls. I'm an executive coach, an OD consultant by trade. I teach in several other university programs and UCLA and University of Laverne. I've also taught at Claremont Graduate University. I coach MBA students at UCLA. I'm lead faculty for the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses program. And I've got a number of years of experience of traditional business background. And if you want to know more about me, please ask. But I don't want to bore you with too much of this right now. As a fun fact, I'm a big walker. I really prefer walking meetings to the sit down kind. Now it's your turn. I want you to take some time. There's a place to post in your Blackboard. Tell us the interesting stories that are about you. I want you to tell us about yourself in a couple of different ways. First of all, post that introduction on Blackboard and tell us your background, a couple of fun facts about who you are, and a little bit about what you'd like to get out of this class. Then post your resume. And yes, I actually mean your actual resume. We're going to be assigning you to consulting teams, and each team will need to quickly assess how their skills balance and contribute. That resume will help facilitate that. The syllabus is posted in the Getting Started area, and much of what you need to know, our major assignments, grading, schedule, all that sort of thing, is really clearly explained inside the syllabus, so you definitely want to read it. Print it out, I think even. Save it to your computer. We're going to meet alternately online and in the physical classroom. Like the physical classroom, the online classroom requires significant participation to be effective. So you'll see several things to interact with: videos, announcements, assignments, blogs, messages, discussion boards, all kinds of things. Participation really matters, both in the classroom and online. Every week you're going to have a blog post. This blog post is a reflective blog. Your reflections might include any number of things, but something to bear in mind is that it's content and information for you to use in the final paper that you'll see that we'll be addressing, a final reflective paper. It gives you information in order to include in that. So you might talk about some of the assigned content that you've read. You might talk about what you've been experiencing in the classroom, especially as a team, and especially your client experiences. What has it felt like to actually be a consultant, to work with these folks? Some seemingly unrelated events or news items that might underscore a point or create an insight related to our work are also great things to put in your blog, because they can connect to a reference point and give you something else to talk about. There could be any other number of things that you might include in your blog, but there won't be any prompts to this blog. This blog is pure reflection on what is going on with you and what is happening with you in the class, with your client, with your teammates, all of those kinds of things. There's a wonderful handy tip here on the screen. If you work it right, a really good, thoughtful blog post can be really a great resource when you're writing that final reflection paper. So we have a discussion section this week, and that discussion section is about the behaviors of what you might expect from really high-performing team members. So this is your opportunity to kind of get out there what you would like to see from fellow teammates. You know, sometimes folks are not particularly excited about working in teams. Sometimes they'd rather work as individuals because of what, they know what they're going to contribute and what they can rely on. But what we're going to do is be very clear with our teammates about what our expectations are. And you'll find through the first few sessions that we're going to do an awful lot to make sure that the teams are all on the same page, that everybody knows what's expected of them, and that indeed everybody supports going forward. And this is truly a collaborative class. So this discussion section is all about what makes a high-performing team. So as you contribute to this discussion, your first post is going to be an original post. You're going to think about the teams that you've had from your past that achieve things that you're proud of and things that you have really good memories about. So this should be a really positive experience you're reflecting on. And then based on that experience, identify and discuss about 5 or 6 behaviors that you think are important to high-performing team members. So that discussion should be about why those behaviors are important. So identify them and then talk about why they're important. And then after you've posted yours, you're going to comment on at least 2 other posts. That first original post is due by Wednesday of our first week, and the other is due by Saturday when we will be at our second class meeting, our first in-class meeting. Okay. You're going to get your team assignments. The faster that you get those bios and resumes up, the quicker I'm going to be able to actually assign teams. So get those in quickly, and then as soon as I have the teams kind of coalesced, I will put them up. And once you know your team assignment, you want to connect with the other members of your consulting team. You're going to want to reach out to them. And I have posted in this first week, there's a reading on virtual collaboration and how do you collaborate as a virtual team. So you might want to talk a little bit about that, because a good portion, I would imagine, of your team meetings and your team connections will be in a virtual format, online, through group texts, Zoom meetings, WebEx, Skype, whatever. And that has a whole different feeling to it in terms of how you connect. And this very first connection, of course, you're not going to have even been in a classroom yet. So you're going to want to figure out how to reach out and connect with folks as soon as you can. So in that first connection, you're going to share individual information and goals. You're going to identify a possible project client and then approach them for a commitment. In this class, you're going to do a real honest to goodness consulting project with a company. You're responsible for getting the project. So if you take a look at the syllabus, it'll explain exactly how to go about doing that and what kinds of clients and what kinds of projects are appropriate. If you have a challenge, or if you'd just like to reach out to me, I do have one client who has approached us that would like to have somebody work with them. So shoot me an email or give me a call if you'd like to tap into that one client that I have. And once again, I have only one, so first come, first serve. What's really important here is that you need to gain a client project commitment, ideally by the second week, at the latest by week 3. Don't procrastinate on this. Get together with your team. If you've got somebody, this project could be with your own employer. Take a look at the syllabus. It has a full description of the different kinds of things that are possible. Could be with a startup organization. Could be somebody that you approach cold. Think about it and what you'd like to do. This is an opportunity for you to shine with somebody that you'd like to shine with. This week's readings provide some really good fundamental information for creating and managing your project. The book with this class is really, really good. I guarantee you'll keep it. It has huge amounts of information and really solid practical content. So make sure that you do the readings. You want to check the syllabus for your assignments. It's also up online in Blackboard. I always put everything in Blackboard as well. This week's video is kind of fun. It provides a take on creating a team culture of innovation, and it's a little bit different take from what perhaps you might have heard before. And it's a great reference to begin your journey and a great reference to think about how you're going to work together as a team. There's a copy of the link here. Also, it's in the Blackboard page and the syllabus, and there is a direct connection on Blackboard, so you can just click and watch it. Okay. So if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer anything you may have before our first in-class meeting on the 30th. You can connect with me through my personal email at JackieEngels@gmail.com, and I'll look forward to seeing you then on the 30th. Thanks a bunch.